Hello everyone, let's solve for the value of x. But before that, I want us to recall this law of exponents that states that a to the power of m multiplied by n is equal to a to the power of m raised to the power of n. So that simply means that we can express 30 as product of its factors, and then we can also put it in this form. Now 30 is same thing as 3 multiplied by 10, and 20 is same thing as 2 multiplied by 10 is equal to 80. Now let's put this in this form. If we do that, we have x to the power of 10 raised to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 10 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 80. Alright, now we have the same thing here and here, so we can say let x to the power of 10 be equal to y. So if we make that statement, it simply means that we can write this as y to the power of 3 plus y squared is equal to 80. Alright, now this is what we have at this point. We can bring this in to write y to the power of 3 plus y squared minus 80 is equal to 0. Now what we have here is what is called cubic polynomial, and when you have cubic polynomial, there are so many ways to solve it, but the one I'm going to use to solve this is going to give me a it's going to be faster. Yeah, so what do I mean by that? I'm going to use synthetic division. Now the process is that I'm going to, by trial and error, find the first value of my y. Now from my trial and error, the first value of my y should be 4. Yes, because 4 to the power of 3 plus 4 squared minus 80 is equal to 0. 4 to the power of 3 is 64, and 4 squared is 16 minus 80 is equal to 0. Now 64 plus 16 is 80, and 80 minus 80 is equal to 0. So you can see that yes, 4 is what? A value of y. So we can say so this simply means that we can write that y is equal to 4. So this becomes the first value of our y, right? Okay, now we are going to use this 4 to synthetically divide this. So we are going to pick the coefficients of this, right? Now coefficient of y to the power of 3 is 1. So we are going to write that 1. And coefficient of y to the power of 2 is 1 as well. We'll write it. Coefficient of, we're supposed to have y before we have our constant. So that means that the coefficient of y is 0. Then our constant is minus 80. This, all right? Now this is how to go about the synthetic division. We are going to bring this down, bring the first one down. Then we are going to multiply this by this. So 4 times 1 will give us 4. Then we add, all right? 1 plus 4 will give us 5. Then we multiply again. 4 times 5 is 20. We write it here. Then we add. 0 plus 20 is 20. We multiply again. 4 times 20 is 80. We add. Minus 80 plus 80 is 0. Okay? Now, we already found the first value of our y to be equal to 4. Recall that we are not looking for the value of y, we are looking for the value of x. So we are still going to come back here to get the value of x. Okay? So for now, we are going to concentrate on this. So what we just formed is the coefficients of the variables of our quadratic. At this point, my audio cut, but I did not even know. So let me use voiceover to explain. So we are going to form quadratic equation from the numbers that we've gotten. So it's going to be 1x squared plus 5x plus 20 is equal to 0. So at this point, I realized that I was using x here instead of y. Recall that what we were solving is still in y, not in x. So I had to change it to y. So we now have y squared plus 5y plus 20 is equal to 0. So we'll go ahead and solve this now using the quadratic equation formula. Okay, so the quadratic equation formula states that y is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a, right? Now, our a is coefficient of y squared, which is 1. Our b is coefficient of y, which is 5. And our c is our constant, which is 20. Then we are going to substitute into the formula. So that means our y is equal to minus b, that is minus 5, plus or minus square root of 5 squared minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 20, everything divided by 2 multiplied by 1. Okay, so we go ahead to solve. That our y is equal to minus 5 plus or minus square root of y. 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 20 is 100 divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay, so now y is minus 5 plus or minus square root of minus 75 divided by 2. Now at this point I realize that this is going to give us, is not going to give us a real root, and we need real roots for our solution, so we have to reject this. Now we are going to go back to the real root that we got, which is y is equal to 4. That is the first value of y that we got. So that is what we are going to use to find the value of our x. So y is equal to 4, but recall where we said let x to the power of 10 be equal to y. So that is what I'm going to write, that x to the power of 10 is equal to y. So that means that we can replace y with x to the power of 10. Okay, so we can write that x to the power of 10 is equal to 4. Now, to get the value of x, we need to raise each side of this equation to the power of 1 over 10. 1 over 10, and that is what we did here. 4 to the power of 1 over 10. And when this cancels this, we have x is equal to 4 to the power of 1 over 10. So at this point, we are going to prove that what we got is right. So let's go ahead and prove that what we got is right. So please ensure that you give us a thumbs up and that you do what? You follow us if this is the first time you are seeing us. So I drew my line. I hope this voiceover is understandable. So I drew my line. This is the question. X to the power of 30 plus x to the power of 20 is equal to 80. Now recall that we got x to be equal to 4 to the power of 1 over 10. So I substituted that. 4 to the power of 1 over 10 raised to the power of 30 plus 4 to the power of 1 over 10 raised to the power of 20 is equal to 80. So we multiplied both powers to get 10. We divide 30 then to give us 3, right? So we have 4 to the power of 3. The same thing, 1 over 10 multiplied by 20 will give us 2. So there we have 4 to the power of 3 plus 4 to the power of 2 equals 80. And 4 to the power of 3 is 64. 4 to the power of 2 is 16 is equal to 80. And 64 plus 16 is 80. And 80 is equal to 80. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this voiceover actually made you understand what we did. And bye.